Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Today we're going to go over the astrology of the week, and we're also going to look at the charts. I will show you the charts on the screen, and I'm going to pull cards at the end to see what the intuitive message is from the energy of this week. So I hope you guys are doing good. How was everyone's weekend? Did everyone have a good weekend? I hope so. I have been totally obsessing over this project that literally came out of nowhere. I mean, it's a project that I've been working on for a while, but it literally came out of nowhere like 2 days ago because it like revived itself, and now I can't stop. I am like having a total like what do they call it? Like a maniac episode right now when it comes to this project. And I don't want to say anything about it because I don't want to jinx it. Every time I say something about it, it like doesn't happen. So it'll be a surprise for all of you guys, but I have been like just engulfed in the work. So it's an interesting energy that is happening right now. But yes. So before we dive into the astrology, and I'll show you the charts, I did want to again say welcome everyone. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Maria. Hello, Mary. Raessa is here. Marielle is here as well. Welcome in. Welcome in. And I love when you guys say hi in the chat. I love the interaction. So please say hi in the chat. That's great. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live and when I upload videos. Also, I am having some really amazing courses going on right now. We have an astrology course going on that is super amazing and interactive and deep, and so much is being presented, but we are all moving through it together. We're in this class for a whole year. So if you want to learn astrology, all the different things about astrology, then come check it out. And then also, I do want to share before we dive in about the Moon Goddess Training and how the Moon Goddess Training 2025 is now officially open for registration. And it is the most comprehensive course that I offer. It is a year-long course, and I call it the Akashic Priestess Path. It really is an Akashic Priestess Path. And it's a 3-part training with the end goal of becoming certified as an Akashic Records reader. In the 3 levels, which we do throughout this year, in level 1, you learn the fundamentals of how the Akashic records work and what they are. We do this as we journey through the mystery schools of ancient Atlantis, and it is the most amazing course ever. In level 2, we learn to apply the teachings deeply in our personal life, inviting us to heal from trauma and awaken our intuitive abilities that are going to help us tap into the Akashic records. And then we learn how to use our gifts in level 3 and share them with the world by getting certified as an Akashic Records reader. And some of the topics that we cover, I mean, they're just phenomenal. Initiation into the mystery schools of ancient Atlantis and Hathor, learning about how intuition works, learning about how to empower ourselves through astrology, through the gene keys, and even human design. We cover all of it, and we get deep with all of it. And that's why the course is a whole year long. Learning about the moon phases, moon magic, moon centers of the woman, ritual, ceremony. Dive into a 40-day meditation and go through Akashic temple journeys. Learn what the Akashic records are. Hermetic alchemy, like sacred geometry, the 7 laws of the universe, the 9 dimensions, our bodies, chakras, our astrology chart, how it's all interconnected, Kundalini yoga. And that is literally all of that is just for level 1. And the cool thing about level 1, and all the tentative dates are on here as well, but level 1 starts on January 29th of 2025. And I will be hosting a free mini moon course to go over what we're going to learn and to give you a taste of how the program kind of runs and functions. And it's going to be starting on the new moon in Aquarius, which is the Chinese New Year of the Earth Snake, which represents, the Kundalini awakening. It represents also calmness and grounding and stability, which I think, thank God, right? Don't we all need that? And it's the perfect energy to kind of carry us through the year 2025 with the Moon Goddess training. And right now I have early bird discounts for all the levels, but also a super deal where you get all 3 levels for the price of 2. So you buy 2 and you get the 3rd one completely free. So go check it out. It is totally worth it. I mean, this stuff is freaking so cool. And the moon goddesses that have graduated from this training are thriving in life. And I mean, in all areas of life, like in business and just personal relationships, in family, in all areas. So it really is a comprehensive program where you will really truly learn to step into your full power and your purpose and live an empowered life, which is don't we all want that? So again, check it out, channelforgrace.com, or click any of the links below in the description of this video. And there's other information in the description as well that you can check out that I offer. Okay, here we go. Let's check out the astrology. So we're looking at the astrology of the 28th, which is today, going all the way to the 3rd of November. And there's quite a bit of stuff going on. And one of the things that's going on right now is actually a beautiful grand sextile, which we also call this the Star of David. So you have 6 planets that are making sextiles to each other, basically 2 grand trines. And we have a grand trine in Earth, and we have a grand trine in water. And these 2 grand trines are making these connections with each other, nudging us towards action, but making things flow more easily. So hopefully, at least today, you're feeling that a little bit of easier flow, however that's, unfolding in your life. So that's exciting that we're starting the week with this beautiful formation of the planets. And it makes you look at the chart and see that it's like everything is kind of evenly spread out. So like everything's being like represented, all the signs pretty much being represented. And that's what creates like the harmonious frequency that has the potential for like deep healing, because the sextiles are gentle in nudging us towards taking action. And this energy, we can like enter the vortex of this like beautiful Star of David and transform and transmute in our life. So that's the beauty that's happening today. So that is a pretty big deal because it doesn't happen very often. They tend to be very rare because they involve so many planets, this specific formation. What is also happening today is a trine from Mars to Neptune, and or from Mars to Neptune. And any trine that you're going to have to the planet Neptune is going to enhance intuition. And just the fact that we have basically a grand trine in water, intuition is highly enhanced at this time, and the ability for us to like take action in the things that we want to do. I feel like this energy has like allowed me to just engulf myself in, this project that I have going on. And it is like, it's intense because I feel like I'm fully focused, but at the same time, I have been, I feel like I'm waking up again in terms of like activating that creative life force energy, and with something coming back, and reawakening within me from the past is actually a good sign. So I hope maybe you're also having that experience as well. We do have a hard aspect, and it is a square from Venus to Saturn, and that can bring like the challenge. It can bring in the frustration because Saturn causes restriction, and it causes us to feel like things are going too slow. Like there's a lot of delays. We feel like we're not, like we desire something, but we're not quite able to get it. Like there's things in the way. So that's going to be, if you're feeling that energy, you're feeling into this Venus square Saturn, which is it's a big deal. It's also a rare aspect. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, we're going to feel, that frustration from the energy that feels just like not the best. And we need to be very, very patient during times like that. But the good thing is that this trine is pretty much ending, and like Venus is going to start to move forward off of this pressure for the rest of the week. So we're like, this is the last day where we're going to feel like the really, really, really intensity of that. And then it's going to start to sort of fade away. So now I'm going to go forward in time to the 30th, which is Wednesday. Wednesday, we're having an opposition from Mercury to Uranus, and it is going to be exact. And this is like activating for the mind. It is also can be frustrating for the mind. It can also be like, oh, wait, I'm not ready. And then, some crazy thing going on in your life. And it has to do with communicating our truth, and basically recognizing that, sometimes it's better to stay quiet, to stay silent, than to just blurt out things that might hurt people's feelings. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that we're going to see here. On the positive side, this can bring in new insights, like new ideas and ways for us to innovate and do things differently, and even like in all kinds of ways, like communicate differently, share things differently, speak our truth differently. But either way, this is something that will kind of feel intense because it is an opposition, and it kind of feels like we're being pulled in two directions. But ultimately, the oppositions are teaching us to find the middle ground. And when we do that, then the beautiful activation. I'm seeing like this light emerges from the center, and it brings in like the powerful like alchemical transformation, because Mercury is the alchemist and Uranus is transformation. So this is alchemical transformation in the realm of the mind, which is really like, it is so amazing, this realm of our mind. It's like hard to even comprehend, right? Like, what is mind? And so many, philosophers have asked that question forever. It's a magical space. It's a crazy space. But it is actually really amazing. And I think I feel positive about this, but again, anything can go really good and also not so good. So it is important to pay attention. And when you feel intense, like mind activation, that you maybe take your time. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in to communicate and to say what you want to say. Don't just blurt things out, or you may end up blurting things out without trying to. So that is happening on Wednesday. And then we go to the 31st, which is Halloween. And you can see like how close to the new moon in Virgo we are. And so this is a new moon week. So what's happening with the moon this week is it's waning and it's going balsamic, and then it's going to be new on Thursday. So what is actually really it's going to be new on the 1st, but like really, really, really early on the 1st. So technically more like Thursday night. And we're actually going to do our ceremony Thursday night. So the balsamic moon that leads up to a new moon can feel like a very inward reflective process that takes you in and makes you like reflect, because there's a new intention waiting to be set, a new seed coming in. And when we consciously move with the cycles of the moon, which is like, we learned this in the Moon Goddess training, like know it like the back of our hand. When we move, when we manifest with the cycles of the moon, or we flow with the cycles of the moon, we learn true manifestation. And so we're moving into our little cocoons so that we can get ready to flower again with a new moon and set a new intention. And Scorpio is going to be setting an intention for like transformation, letting go, releasing that which does not serve us anymore, learning the truth, not being afraid of the truth, and getting ready for that freaking Pluto going into Aquarius. So the sign that rules this new moon is Pluto, and Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, and he's like, look, 29 degrees, 44 minutes right there on the top right of the chart, and he's getting ready to go into Aquarius, and he'll stay in Aquarius for like the rest of the, dark moon for Halloween. That is kind of funny. For the rest of our lives, he's going to be in Aquarius. So this is this is really important. Like, you don't want to miss the opportunities to like focus on the astrology this week and this season of Scorpio, because these full moons we'll never see these moons again with any moon like this ever again with Pluto and Capricorn. So it's a huge closing of a huge cycle. On a big scale, it's a closure. And on a small scale, it's like, the energy of a new moon ruled by a planet that is about death, change, and transformation. That's general and basic understanding of this new moon. But because Pluto is doing what he's doing, and it's so significant collectively, like for the whole freaking planet and like the universe, because what happens here on Earth affects, we live in alternate dimensions. What happens in this dimension affects other dimensions and vice versa. And so it is I feel like this is a cosmic event that is happening this month. So very important, very powerful, new moon. And on that day, on the 31st, we're going to also see Mercury trine Neptune. So it just opens up the imagination. And of course, who doesn't love that, So the official new moon happens on the 1st, but very early in the morning. And this is also the traditional celebration of Samhain, which is the Celtic holiday that celebrates the like dimming of the light and the darkness and the subtle energy and the beyond, like what lies beyond. It also celebrates our ancestors, those that have crossed on that we can connect to. And this is the time of the year where the veil is really thin. And that's why we do like, oh, ghosts and things like that, because it's actually real that this is the time of the year, especially in the northern hemisphere, right? That we're like almost to winter and we're right in the middle of the fall getting ready for winter. So the next major Celtic wheel holiday is the winter solstice. So we're like making that inward transition, and Scorpio is about clearing everything that doesn't serve so that you make space to be reborn. So you die so that you can be reborn. It's going to be a beautiful new moon, and I will be doing the astrology of this new moon tomorrow night, I believe. So definitely come check it out. So let's go to the 2nd of November, and we have a beautiful sextile from Jupiter to Chiron. And I think that is going to be, and then Chiron is also making a trine to Venus. And Venus and Jupiter, they're almost opposing, not quite yet. That the opposition between Venus and Jupiter doesn't exact until the 3rd. But it's still part of this week, but it's there. And so it's like this, Chiron is the wounded healer, and he brings in the invitation to heal. You have to heal yourself. No one can do it for you. But Chiron comes in and says, let's use these benefic energies for the purpose of like healing and magnifying the healing, because that's what Jupiter does. Mercury on this day, you can see on the right side of the chart, he enters into Sagittarius. And this is a mind that wants to explore. This is the mind that wants to like travel to new places and have new adventures. This is a mind that's like hungry to learn everything through experience. And we can feel very inspired to like really be loud and like let our thoughts be known and study and like have adventures of the mind, where we get to expand our awareness. So I think that that's going to be amazing. And then on that same day, he will make a sextile to Pluto. And that's like the last time that Mercury is going to sextile Pluto in Capricorn, while Mercury is in the ruling sign of Pluto. So it takes us into this deep knowing and deep understanding right as we enter into like a new world, a new experience with Mercury entering into Sagittarius. And then we get to the 3rd, which is Sunday. And this is the day where we see Venus making there's a lot on this day. Venus makes an exact opposition to Jupiter. And that's like, whoa, like it's like too much, it can feel like, oh my God, because Jupiter expands, Venus calls in what we love and what we desire and tunes us into our desires. And any time that the two benefics, which are Venus and Jupiter, make any kind of aspect to each other, you're not going to feel too much of the negative aspect, but because it's an opposition, you are feeling like pulled in two different directions. And also, Jupiter is retrograde. So he's not at his full open capacity, and Venus is in his sign. So I think we're going to, like, Jupiter's getting kind of sucked into the Venus vortex in Sagittarius because he kind of wants to be over there anyway. So we might actually feel frustration that we're not like in the right energetic space to like really fully like activate this energy. So really it's about like, let yourself enjoy everything that shows up. and trust that whatever new adventure, whatever new experience is coming is like exactly what needs to happen for you to grow and evolve. Another significant thing, Mars officially enters into Leo. That is crazy. And he makes right there his last opposition with Pluto in Capricorn forever and ever. So Mars is going to be doing these crazy oppositions to Pluto, and they're not going to feel good. Like, just straight up. This is one of the worst like aspects. It can bring volatility. It can bring aggression. It can bring fighting. It can bring power struggles. It can bring like, you know, these energy, these two planets are like, they rule war and the underworld. And they're both planets that rule same signs. Like Pluto and Mars rule Scorpio. And they're in very interesting signs, Cancer and Capricorn, which has to do with emotions, nurturing, loving ourselves, feeling more at home, finding ways to feel more at home. And then Pluto with his whole like ending of a huge chapter, a 16-year chapter. And, you know, so this is going to be uncomfortable, but like within an hour from this opposition, you have Mars entering into Leo. And Mars does feel better in Leo, but Mars is in shadow and he's going to go retrograde. He's not going to make it too far into Leo before he goes retrograde. And he's going to be in this like Leo Cancer energy for like until next March or April or something crazy like that. So he does feel better in Leo, but I don't think we're going to feel the fullness of the Mars energy until after the retrograde, especially because he's already in shadow. And that is like, oh man, when Mars is retrograde, it is really tough. Like we really feel like we cannot move forward in life. No matter how hard we try, everything slows down to like a stop. And so that's why the first half of the year that we had was very important for us to do all the action that we needed, because during the retrograde is going to be hard to get things done and move things forward. So hopefully you got as much done as you could up until this point. But Mars in Leo it's a fire sign, and he's going to feel a little bit better. I think the focus here will be on ourselves and on expanding from a heart-centered place. And also like remembering that, you know, like we do matter and we should feel valued in life, and we should feel like our actions are recognized, and for ourselves more than anything else. I feel like that's Mars in Leo frequency, is you are recognized for your actions. You're recognized for like your love. You're recognized for your big heart, and you're recognized for like your true value, and you can move through life with that value. So lots of things going on. And then Venus is also going to make a trine to Chiron. So that theme of healing is still present, healing through our relationships. So there's a lot going on. We got two planets changing signs. We have a new moon. We have this crazy square with Mars and Pluto. And then on top of it, like, you know, you guys know collectively, there's crazy energy right now, especially in the United States, because of what's, you know, what we're, you know, going through collectively as a country. And, so it's like, whoa, make sure that you do your best to always come from a place of compassion, like, and understanding. And like, if everyone can be in that place of compassion, like we're going to move forward and it'll be a more positive experience. But I feel like in our own personal lives, I've seen so much of like this crazy hatred being spewed out, and it is not good. It is not good. we need to be in a place of love and compassion for each other. And that's it, and really do your best to like open your mind and see the bigger picture of what is happening and love, you know what I mean? Like, love thy neighbor. However, this Mars opposed Pluto is not good energy for anything positive. No, I'm just kidding. I think we can really get pushed into intense action, but you got to be careful because woof, you don't want to hurt anybody. So what intentions are you going to set for this new moon? How are you going to welcome it in? That's the real question. That's the more important question that you should be asking yourself this week. Okay. Thank you for that. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's pull some cards. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for being here with us this evening. I would like to ask for a collective message for everyone that's watching this video live or replay. And how do we navigate through these crazy things that are happening this week? That's really what we want to know. How can we navigate through this energy and not get caught up in any of the unnecessary like battle that the energy can bring up, so that we can transform and transmute and set, and focus our energy to set a clear and powerful and beautiful intention for ourselves and this cycle that is ending with Pluto. All right, let's see. We are going to pull a current energy. So what's the current energy? What are we kind of holding on to right now? How are we feeling right now? What is current energy? Okay. Page of Swords. I mean, this is just this is collective reading, right? So the Page of Swords is like so sure of itself that it's going to, you know what I mean? Cut you with the sword if he doesn't like what you say. It's not malicious though. It's innocent and it's naive. That's the problem. The page energy can be kind of naive. It's like young and exciting and like, ooh, like an adolescent, coming into like, into adolescence, and you're like, you think you know everything, but you really don't, And so we have to be careful with this energy being the current energy, because the sword is the card of the mind and words, and you can hurt people with words and what you say. So I feel like we're a little bit on the defensive. I feel this like tremendously collectively, but definitely stand your ground, be in your own truth. And if you come from that place, you're not going to need to defend yourself. That's never going to need to happen. But I think we may feel a little bit on like the defensive, like a little fiery at the moment. All right, here we go. The challenge for the week. The Hermit and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so the challenge is, so the Hermit to me calls into the energy of the balsamic moon, the dark moon. And the Nine of Swords is mental anguish, nightmares. Like, oh man. So basically alone with your mental anguish is the challenge, because again, we're feeling a little bit like on the defensive, and all of the collective energy is calling for this. And so we need to be stronger than that to be able to move through it with grace. But we're being like bombarded with this energy, these thoughts, the anguish and all this stuff. It's like, do not buy into any of it. Stay in your like grounded space. But the problem is that for a lot of us that are experiencing a lot of mental anguish right now, Going into a balsamic moon and having to like be alone with your own thoughts is like, you know, that's why this is going to be a challenging week, because you need to be careful. Like, what are you bringing into that little sacred cocoon that where you're supposed to be planting seeds for a new moon? What are you bringing into that sacred space? Be careful. There's a lot of crazy stuff going around right now that is not positive. If you feel like you're, hello, Mama O, being like, if you feel like someone's trying to sway you in a certain direction, and you know, like deep down in your core that it's not right, pay attention to that. You got to trust your intuition. The overall theme, we're all like just overburdened right now. There is just a lot going on. We all got like a million things to do. Like, we had an event this weekend and like nobody was able to show up because everyone's like busy, you know, and that's this energy. Like, we're all busy. We're all like, I can't right now. I gotta go. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. it's like, go. But it feels like we're overburdened. But so you have to ask yourself, are the things that you're like overburdened with really worth it? Can you prioritize so that you don't burn yourself out? Okay, wisdom from our ancestors. What do they want to tell us this week? Maybe a little message for the new moon. What do our spirit guides, angels, and teachers want to tell us? Knight of Cups. Emotional frequency, because it's a cup card. The universe is bringing the offering. The universe is offering us something beautiful, like elegant. And that's why you can't get caught up in the mental anguish. You got to go into the hermit cave and do the work of like clearing that shit. I mean, I would majorly meditate this week. Hold a higher frequency of mind. Because, yeah. Knight of Cups. The universe is bringing an offering. Like that's what they're telling us. Like, don't miss what is being gifted to you. We got the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. Joy, possibility of joy, bliss, fun, innocence. There's light at the end of the dark tunnel. What animal spirit wants to guide us for this week? Okay, we got two. We got the bee and the octopus. Okay. Well, we know what the bee is like. The bee is all about community and working together. The bee is earnest, hardworking, and democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they are bustling, joyous personalities until they are too tired from all the work. And then they grip and then they sting. Right? So, I feel like working together is a big theme. Enjoying the work that you do is another big theme. And not overworking. Like, do not go overboard with the things you got to do. You will regret it. Okay, let's read, if I can find it, about the octopus. I love the octopus. Okay, reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind, paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. Don't be that person this week. They believe that's what it means to be close. It's not. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. So basically, like letting other people's energy just like take over you. Don't do that. Do not do that. Like the tentacles of the octopus are like, I'm gonna get you. Do not. Do not. Okay? You guys know what I mean. Do not let it get to you. Okay, let's see. How can we take care of ourselves this week? Okay. We got 2 cards. Ooh, I think we got these cards last week too. They're coming up again and again. Be open. Be open. Say yes. Expand through extremes and trust life. Say yes. Expand through extremes and trust life. Wow. The breathing rose. Breathe. Breathe. Heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. Heart healing, emotion, connection, time eases. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Yes. All right. I want to do one more card though. Okay. We're going to do an alchemy card. If we end up feeling a little bit in trouble energetically, how can we alchemize the energy? How can we change it, transform it, transmute it, work through it? This is the answer. Ooh. Dude, there's a yellow snake. What? It's called the yellowing. Let's find out what that's all about. Okay, we got X1V. The yellowing. All right. This card is about aging, transitioning, and it's also a warning. Ooh. Indicating transition, the yellowing leads us into the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel or the ochre blanket of leaves in fall. This color seeps out to signify the beginning of the end, a return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches its final phases of healing. In contrast, yellow can be the marker of long-awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of the sun and the cheer of the forsythia in February. Whatever its message, yellowing tells the truth. It leads us forward, like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning of what's to come. Take heed. The transition is here, whether by yoke or bite. How to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know. Oh, snap! The yellowing. We should make a movie called the yellowing. All right. Needless to say, it's intense. Do your best. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for this powerful reading and helping guide us through the week. And we're excited. We're excited for this new moon in Scorpio. We're excited to set our intentions and keep moving forward with what matters most in our lives. We're not going to get lost in the abyss of mental anguish because we are strong. We know how to set healthy boundaries from many things, not just people, entities, corporations, healthy boundaries. We're not going to overburden ourselves, and we're not going to be on the defensive. We're going to be with our heart, compassion, love, understanding. We're going to say yes. We're going to expand through the extremes, and we're going to trust in life because there is a beautiful, beautiful offering coming in. Satnam. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. Have an amazing week. I will be back tomorrow for the astrology of the new moon, on Wednesday for the human design of the new moon, and then on Thursday for the new moon in Scorpio ceremony. So we're going to be having some fun on Halloween night over here. And then I'm going traveling for about a week. So we'll see if I get to, upload videos next week. I also should enjoy the time that I have off instead of trying to jam down all this work. Haven't traveled in a little while. I feel good about that. That's good. But yeah, definitely going to be not sure what I'm going to be broadcasting next week. Anyways, thank you guys. Blessed be. Satnam. Waheguru. See you tomorrow. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Jai.